Grant, good evening, fellow South Africans and citizens of the world. Well, it's quite an extraordinary thing when you look at how the African politicians disrespect the white settlers and the people who now live in the whites who now live in South Africa, and suggest that they're the cause of all their ills, and yet they hang on to the white traditions like Parliament. You know, it's quite extraordinary, and what I'm going to show at the end of this intro is a video, which is what happened in the Cape Parliament earlier today. Okay, so let's just get the background. If there's a parliamentary system more entertaining than the one in South Africa, we're yet to hear about it. Well, I'd call it more chaotic, not entertaining, but anyway. We know that there are all sorts of strange traditions behind the massive doors of the National Assembly, but this from the Western Cape Provincial Legislature really takes the cake. Masizole Mkhosela was elected as the Speaker for the regional chambers over the next 5 years. The DA candidate won the vote by a comfortable majority against the ANC rival in a ballot which also included 6 spoiled slips. However, this would be no standard procedure in the Western Cape. Mkhosela's joy seemed to be short-lived as 2 of his fellow MPLs grab him by the arms and drag him to the front, where he must officially accept his seat. We're used to seeing a bit of argy-bargy in Parliament, but this scaled new heights of ridiculousness. Yet there is an explanation. It's crazy. The Western Cape Legislature had to explain the process 5 years ago, as the same fate befell another unsuspecting candidate. A long-standing tradition dictates that the new speaker should be dragged across the room when accepting their position. But where is this originate from? Well, this ancient banter stretches all the way back to the 14th century Britain. It has been well documented that being the speaker in medieval times was a thankless task, as one would often have to report to the monarchy as a messenger. If they delivered bad news, they ran the risk of being beheaded. So the pretended struggle to the front is something of an Easter egg for history buffs. When responding to a question from none other than Helen Zille during the genesis of the 5th Parliament, former Deputy Speaker Pete Pretorius said about 13 people had lost their heads for bringing unpopular messages. That's in the UK, of course. So there you have it. The next time you see an MP being dragged along the floors of Parliament, you can chalk it down to tradition. Well, unless it involves a new contingent of EFF and Freedom Front Plus MPs, then you just have to assume that a few arguments have boiled over. Anyway, it's quite fun to watch an MP being dragged across the floor, so here you go. And please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, ring the bell to be kept up to date, to get all the updates, and have a great evening.
Amen.